Welcome back to Work on a Superyacht. I'm back in Poland this week. The weather, not so good, so I'm just kind of huddled up next to the window trying to catch a bit of light. I don't have my fancy lights here with me. Maybe I should buy some. Anyway, big news. I'm going back to work on a superyacht. And maybe that's going to sound a bit weird to some of you. You might be thinking, hey, just a few months ago we get this thumbnail, it's all over. That was clickbait, surely. Well, it was over. I have finished working on superyachts, but this opportunity came up, in fact it just came up just a couple of days ago, and it fits in with what I'm doing. That's why it was of interest, but before I could take it, of course, I had to speak to a few people, most notably Adriana, who is understandably somewhat disappointed by this. She'd gotten used to having me around more often, and I'm disappointed too that I won't see her as much. Of course, she'll come to visit. It's not quite the same, but it just made me think again, or rather realize again in more clarity how difficult it is for people who don't work on yachts or who haven't worked on yachts, who are in relationships with people who do, how it can be really difficult for them, because I'm used to this lifestyle. I'm used to things changing quickly and just taking off and taking a year to do this job, or in this case, it's temporary contract, this is 3 months, taking 3 months to do that. I'm used to that. That's something I can adapt to quite quickly. I've done it many times. But, of course, Adriana is not used to that. And so I think it's a consideration for anyone who's going to work on a yacht. Maybe they've got a girlfriend or a boyfriend or a husband or wife or whatever who they're going to leave behind, just to be aware of how that can impact them. Anyway, we spoke about it, and she agreed that it is a good opportunity long term. So that was the first person I wanted to speak to, and then I wanted to speak to my family, who I had to disappoint because I was going to spend Christmas with them, and now I'm not. So I wanted to have a word with them first, because again, I can take off, but I don't necessarily feel good about doing that. And I'd kind of moved into a space of not doing that, of being able to commit to things into the future and then actually go and do them. And now here I am taking off again. So that was tricky, and I just wanted to make sure they were okay with it, rather than just going, yeah, sure, I'll come and do that. I have now accepted the offer, as I say, 3 months. And you might be wondering, well, what about the other stuff that you were doing? Well, the beauty of this particular role is that I will be able to keep that stuff ticking over meantime. In addition, of course, work on a superyacht will benefit because I'll be in the right place for networking with the sorts of people that I need to network with in order to move it forward in the right direction. And of course, I guess the greatest benefit of all, that I will be able to add to the Working on Deck series, which I shall really enjoy. I hope you will too. So much more to cover, so much that we didn't do. So we can get to that, and that's going to be good. That's what's happening, and now I need to sort a few things out. We have the slight issue of my ENG1, or Seafarers Medical, having expired. That expired back in April, so I need to go and get that updated. I could have done it here in Poland. You don't have to get an ENG1. There are a number of other countries whose Seafarers Medical certificates are accepted in lieu of it. Poland is one of them, as are pretty well, I think, all of the EU countries, and a load more. There's a list. Maybe I'll flash it up for you on screen. Where I am, it was going to be an issue to do that. So I'm going to go back to the UK to do the ENG1. which means I had to change my flight because I was due back to the UK on the 1st of December. Now I shall fly back on the 29th of November, all the way down to Devon. I've got my ENG1 appointment booked on the 30th of November in Plymouth. There's a number of places that do it in Devon. Most of them are in Plymouth. That was the only one that had an appointment on that day. So that's that. Then back to the house. I've got to pack up the fish tank, bring that with me. I'm not bringing the fish tank with me. And I need to pick up my certificates, all my original certificates back there at the house. I need them with me when I go on board. Always remember, take your originals with you. Of course, those could have been sent to me, but even using a courier like FedEx or DHL or whoever, I don't really feel confident sending that, because if it gets lost, that's a whole world of pain. So I'll pick up the certificates, and then I will at least see my sister and her family for my niece's birthday. So I won't be there for Christmas, but at least I will be there to spend a little bit of time with them on a notable occasion, which will be nice. And then the plan is that I will fly out on the 3rd of December. And what I'd like to do is to sort of try and vlog this experience for you. I've never vlogged before. I don't know how that's going to work out. It will mean some more regular videos, which I don't know how that's going to work out either. You know me. But yeah, I think it would be useful for you to sort of see in real time what it's actually like in the run-up to joining a yacht. I've done videos about it sort of in principle, but why not actually show you what I'm doing? I think that's just about it for this one. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a great weekend, and I look forward to seeing you very soon.